What's your weight right now?
About 250.
Okay, where do you want to be? Is that about right?
Right now I want to stay at 250, but I'd say in the next off season, which is real far ahead, I want to get up to about 260.
And last year, that was something that Greg had said with Jake Ryan, that he wanted him to keep his weight down so that there wasn't as much weight on his knee. Is that something that you're consciously trying to do?
Yeah, initially I cut down to about like 240, but as the times went on, I feel more comfortable. I try to put a little bit more weight on. Now I'm staying constant right about 250.
I'm sure you already talked about this, but how did it feel to be back out there, even just in a limited amount?
Oh, yeah, it felt great. You know, like I said, any time to get out there with your brothers, you know, it's great. Even though it was just a limited amount, it still felt good.
And Jake Ryan was saying yesterday that he was kind of cautioning you not to be too active in practice. What is that? I mean, have you kind of been toning it down a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I play the game with a lot of emotion. So the first time I got back in practice in Skelly, I scored a touchdown. I went up and chest bumped the guy, and Coach Hoke and Jake came up to me and they're like, none of that, none of that celebration. That's how guys tear their ACLs to begin with, so no more of that.
Would you like to be the next one to wear 87?
I think that'd be a great honor, but at the same time, I would like to make my own number a Legends number. So that's a decision above me, and numbers really don't matter to me.
Right, but if they offered it to you, what would you do?
I'd be really honored, and I'd go out there and try to make the most of it.
Talk about Devin and just his progression and what you've seen from him growing up as a leader.
Gardner or Funchess?
Funchess, I'm sorry.
Funchess, oh yeah. I think the biggest thing I noticed is Dev brought a lot of energy to the game, and he's a great player to begin with, and with great players you're going to have other teammates follow. But throughout that whole game, Devin was making plays, keeping our sidelines up, motivating guys. The game's never over. We're going to play until the last whistle.
Is that kind of maturity thing with him, watching him like that?
Definitely, and I think it's just the mentality of our team of a whole this year that we're going to stick together through everything, no matter what happens.
Have you seen? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and he just did a good job of exemplifying that last week.
Have you seen a guy that big able to run that fast?
Honestly, no. He's just a freak of nature.
Yeah,
it's an honor to play with that guy. He's real good.
They call him Megatron Jr. or something.
I heard that. Yeah, that's a good nickname to give him, I'd say.
Cleat. Any other damage to the knee? It was not just the ACL, but what I mean. Was it only the ACL?
No, I also tore my medial meniscus, which they just sometimes if it's too big of a tear, they'll just scope that part out. But mine wasn't too bad, so they stitched it up, which is better in the long run.
Cleat Hill's been doing quite a bit out there without you. Talk about what he's been doing.
Oh, Khalid's always been a great player, and he just got a chance to show it these past 2 weeks. He's obviously had that big hit that sparked up our offense early in Notre Dame. He's caught a few passes. He's really done everything the coaches have asked of him. So I'm excited for him. I'm happy for him. He's doing a great job.
And for you, do you feel like you could play a lot more than you did in that Notre Dame game, or do you want to kind of take it slowly?
You always want to play as much as possible. And, I always, like I said, I like to set my goals high. So I think whatever the coaches throw out there for me, I'm gonna go ahead and do my best.
What was your summer like?
In terms of just
everything. I mean, were you here constantly? Did
you
get a chance to do anything else?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I used to tell the trainers, I was like, I'm going to have to start paying rent. They would have to kick me out. I'd always be in here doing extra stuff, whether it was ice treatment, extra balance work. So it's nice because you don't take too many classes in the summer, but it was still pretty jam-packed, whether it's rehab, football, different stuff like that.
Any fun? I mean, did you get to go out and enjoy yourself at all?
Oh, yeah. You can always do fun things with your friends. I'm a big video game guy. I like to play NCAA with some of my friends on the team, so a lot of that.